Mm-hmm.
This house was built in the 70s, right? These are the original plumbing pipes from the house. They have about a 50-year life.
Okay.
This one leaked.
Uh-huh.
Galvanized pipes are either going to leak or they're going to give you pressure issues, like low pressure, right? This is the diameter of the pipe on the inside when it's brand new. And with all the minerals and everything that we have in our water, it corrodes over time. And that corrosion builds up and the pipe gets smaller and smaller. So we can only push so much water through it.
Okay.
This may have happened during a freeze.
They said this was the air conditioner, so it wasn't.
That's not an air conditioner line.
Okay.
That one over there could have been an air conditioner line.
As far as like all the painting on the.
This was repaired at some point, right here. I know that because there's no insulation above here in the attic,
Mm-hmm.
right? So this was probably the air conditioner line. That's a plumbing issue.
Okay.
So let me show you.
So that's not fixed, whatever it is.
Well, it's repaired.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just that the plumbing might
What
be a
I'm saying
problem.
is that going forward, if you're going to live with galvanized pipes, we've got to be ready for something to happen, right?
Okay.
For another pipe to bust.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it'll just be like a little leak. But I've seen them go from pinhole leaks to my house got flooded in no time.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally a short period of time. So here's your pressure issues.
Okay.
So that's not bad. But now it's bad. Right?
Got it. And so this isn't easily fixable, is it? You'd have to like completely replace all the plumbing to.
Repipe the house. And that's expensive.
Okay.
That's going to be about, on this house, probably 10 to 15,000 to do it.
Okay.
And I would say probably closer to the 15 than the 10.
Okay.
There's no smoke detectors in the house. There's no carbon monoxide detectors in the house.
I was told that the owners are deaf, so I wonder if that's why. But I mean, they probably could get light ones or something.
You can get stuff that'll light up,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, but regardless, I mean, those should be here for just for safety reasons.
Yeah.
You know.
Gotcha.
The good things are that the roof looks really new,
Mm-hmm.
right? Did they say in the seller's disclosure how old it is?
I think they said 5 years.
5 years. Okay.
I had to ask, but
It
yeah.
still looks pretty good. And the air conditioning system is new.
Yeah.
It's all that stuff was built, I think, in 22 and 23. I'm going to give you all the model numbers and serial numbers and all that stuff. The dates
Okay.
it was built in the report.
Did you find any electrical issues?
Oh yeah, the smoke detectors. There's some plugs that are not wired. There's one plug in.
Where are the plugs not wired? Is that
not wired correctly?
like if you plug in something, it won't work, or
No, it'll work.
it sparks?
The wires are just.
Is that likely to cause a fire?
No.
Okay.
And then this one doesn't have any power.
Huh.
And the power right there.
I'm not sure exactly where the flooding all was, so I mean, I would assume here because of the floor, so that would maybe be. Is that kind of thing fixable, or is it?
This?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm bringing an electrician out and have him do it.
Can't imagine that's particularly cheap. Do you see anything wrong with the floor other than it's cement?
No, not really.
Okay.
Did not find any termites.
I'm happy to hear that.
It has been
Wood rot and
treated
all that.
before.
Is that a bad sign, like that they were here, or just?
So here's what I would tell you about termites. The Gulf Coast, the Gulf Coast, from like here to Florida, has a lot of termites.
Uh-huh.
Right? That doesn't mean other parts of the country won't or can't. They're just kind of hit and miss. Sometimes I find them, sometimes I don't. They like to eat wood and they like to eat paper products. There's a substance in wood and paper called cellulose, right? They like to eat that. That's their food source.
Mm-hmm.
So I would tell you keep the outside of the house clean. If you're replacing fence, don't come and put it up against the house until trash day. Because guess what happens on trash day? You didn't make it to the trash, or you forget to get it to the trash, and a year later it's still sitting here, and the termites are eating. Right. So
Got it.
And then they come in the house.
No
So
wood piles.
the cleaner that you can keep the outside of the house with trash, firewood. If you're gonna have a fire pit, keep all the firewood away from the house. Dead branches and tree limbs and stuff. Keep it all away from the house.
Okay.
Right? That's not. I mean, that'll lessen your chances of termites. They can also come in a bag of mulch. Right.
Mm-hmm.
They can come in lumber from a lumber yard. So there's really no rhyme or reason to it.
Do you check the appliances?
I do not.
Okay.
I think I might. Yes and no. Couldn't get the dishwasher started.
Oh.
So that needs to be addressed. I don't know if they put that in this or not. There's dishes
No,
inside.
they didn't.
But they also have a little rack up on the sink that maybe they're just hand washing them. And they knew I was coming today and they put them all in the dishwasher. I don't know. I couldn't get it started. The oven works fine. The vent hood works fine. That's leaking right there. Smell the corrosion up there.
Yeah.
That's leaking. That all needs to get replaced. I've got that in there for it.
Oh. Sorry, my husband just wanting to see.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Okay, so that needs to be taken care of right away, I bet.
Yep.
I heard that it's important to. I've never had a water heater in a house that this is our first house, so you're supposed to drain them once a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the problem?
No.
Or
that's just a connection problem.
Mm.
You've got two different types of metal right there.
Okay.
And that's causing the corrosion. But draining it once a year will help keep all the sediment off the bottom of the tank, help keep it clean, and help last longer.
Okay.
Nobody ever does it. Most of the time, our water heaters are up in the attics. And this thing's only about 5 years old. So you should get a few more years out of it.
Is that there before? Oh, it's not. Any problems with the kitchen plumbing or electric stuff?
Nope.
What does this do? Do you know?
It's a filtered water,
Oh, okay.
like drinking water.
That definitely needs to be a wet one. I was wondering about that. Is that fine because it's capped?
The wire I would put a fixture up there, right? They should be in a box, like a little box like this. I'm glad they're capped, but if you're not going to put a fixture up there, they need to go into a box like this.
Gotcha. Okay, so the wood rot I was actually talking about is on the back. Does it spread all the way? That's right. Here. So is that like the whole, does that go all the way over?
I would just get this painted again. This is actually pretty solid. I couldn't go through there with my screwdriver.
Okay.
Right? This is all really solid, but it just needs to be painted.
Oh, I just noticed there's no gutters.
Not over here. This is also an issue. This whole thing right here.
Yeah.
So I can move those. I mean, this is all leaking.
So you would just take the whole thing down?
Or I'd get a better roof on it, and I'd get these things secured to the concrete.
Yeah.
You got kids?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
4 and then 5 on the way.
So they're going to get rough one day and have an accident and knock a post
Yeah.
out, and then what?
You were mentioning cracks. Is that what you mean with the
So
these two down here?
you see right here,
Oh, no, I didn't see that one.
and these right here.
Yeah.
And then if we go on the side of the house, this is the lowest.
Does
corner.
there mean there's moisture trapped in there?
No, that means the foundation is moving.
Okay, and that's what you talked about
Yeah,
at first.
This was an inch point 2 lower. See, I would rather this be away from the house, but at least you raise it off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then like
Can't
right
imagine what that's for. I hope they take it with them.
here, right here. Okay.
It almost looks a little bowed, honestly. I mean, does that mean anything?
No.
Okay.
Right, and then your other one right here. So also with the air conditioner, I know that it's new, but I think their primary drain, you got a primary drain, a secondary drain. Primary drain sits under there with the drain, excuse me, the primary drain comes out of the evaporator coils. It typically will tie into the drainage system of the house. I think that's clogged up because of the drain pan that's underneath the air conditioner is getting water in it, and then it's coming out of the drain pipe and dripping over here when the air conditioner's on. That's an easy fix.
Okay.
So, and another thing with the air conditioner, so there's a temperature difference that you should have between where the return air is and the supply air. The difference should be 15 to 22 degrees, somewhere in that range.
Uh-huh.
Okay. 20 is better than 15. So all of the rooms were okay, but the master bedroom, I think that front left bedroom was the other one. That was 27 degrees. So what happens when that temperature, let's say the difference is only like 8 degrees or 6 degrees,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't get warm, right? It's warm, the room doesn't get cool. When the temperature can get too high, like it is in those rooms at 27,
Mm-hmm.
you have the same effect. It doesn't feel cool in the room. They were cool, but at 27, that's too high. It should be more 22, 20, something like that, 21.
Okay.
I mean, even maybe slightly higher than that. But at 27, those rooms should have been freezing. They weren't. They were cool, but they weren't freezing. So that needs to be looked at also.
Okay.
So, but for me, the bigger issues are the foundation, the galvanized plumbing pipes, and the air conditioner. Those are always those.
Not the wood rot?
Well, replacing galvanized pipes is going to be a lot more expensive than rotted wood, right? You can do this rotted wood probably cheap. If you replaced all the siding on the addition, you could probably do it for $1,000.
Oh, really?
Maybe
Okay.
1,500. You know, something low like that. But the galvanized pipes, that's 10 to 15 grand,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
to me, I kind of prioritize the expense.
Okay.
Right? That's why I say come up with the things that are important to you.
Yeah.
Shoot me an email. I'll give you a ballpark figure on this stuff. Foundation won't be that much. You might spend a few $1,000 on the foundation. But, you know, the galvanized pipes, and we want our air conditioners to work right.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to be expensive. All that stuff's still under warranty. So
That's
you just
good to hear.
kind of have to pick and choose your battles.
Yeah.
I don't know that any sellers in this market are just going to, hey, we'll fix everything you want us to.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We still have a really good housing market. So, you know.
Would you recommend completely replacing all the plumbing, or would you say that that would be something that we just need to watch out for and it's a big risk?
You're going to replace it. I mean, is this going to be like a long-term place for you?
Yeah. Or
eventually you're going to replace it.
Okay.
So it's something that I would try to either have them replace or get you money to replace it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Most people usually don't have 15 grand just laying around to go do stuff.
Yeah. So could you tell me a little bit about the fence? They were saying we might not be able to get home insurance if we don't either fix it or take it down. And I
can't speak to the home insurance. I'm not really sure why that would be because you don't have a swimming pool back here.
I hope they'll take that trampoline because that's not. Okay. Because otherwise they would not insure us either. But yeah.
So maybe it doesn't want to pay for it, maybe these people don't want to pay for it, and they can't figure it out.
Didn't realize there's
I'll
something.
leave that up to your insurance people.
Okay. I just wanted to see if anything's actually leaning on it. It looks like they tried to strengthen it with something over there. Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate you explaining.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
You didn't see any pests at all? Not just termites, but
Oh,
any.
there's ants. We saw ants,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But
can't
I'm
get away
I'm
from
looking
those
for
in
wood
Texas.
destroying.
Okay.
Stuff. So I'm gonna send you an email in the morning. I need to get your email address.
Okay.
And I'll also copy Sandy on the report. I'll send it to her too.
Okay. I didn't realize